And I really like the maintain a healthy body and mind. And I think, Linda, you alluded to that earlier. You know, you're allowed to say things like support and maintain already within normal ranges kind of thing. So that to me, it implies that your mind is already healthy.
Yeah, and
those are some of my thoughts.
We have a little handy dandy card that we use in our office that basically says just that. You know, you can't say depression, but you can say supports a healthy mood. You can't reference obesity, but you can talk about weight loss. You can't say insomnia, but you can say, you know, helps support a calm mind. So we're really focused on what can you say versus what can't you say, but we always are trying to come up with, if you're trying to say something about anxiety, what are the words that are appropriate to present your product in a truthful manner?
Yes, indeed. Yep. Healthy sleep, we balance state of mind, balance mood support, support a happy mood support, things like this. Or
seasonal sufferers, if you're talking about allergies. Yeah. And in CBD in specifically, even with inflammation, which is a no-no, you can talk about, or pain, which is a no-no, you can talk about it as it relates to exercise or overexertion. So there are ways to message that. If you have the backup documentation to support it, you can find ways to message it.
Yeah, one of the fun things about doing these fireside chats or town halls is, you know, we can get together. We're really covering lots of sides of the industry. We have Linda covering the compliance, sales, and marketing side. We've got Erica covering legal and regulatory. And then there's me. I'm kind of in the middle, so it's fun. Most of the panels I do, I'm the only non-attorney, so I get to even walk the line even more. So it's pretty fun. But we get to discuss operational viewpoints. We get to discuss venture capital viewpoints. And so, it's not all cut and dry. So a lot of this is interpretation of risk. A lot of times, I like to say I wouldn't have a job if I came into the CMO and CEO's office all the time and said, you can't do this, period. No, they would tell me to get lost. I come in and I say, here's what you shouldn't do. Here's the reason why. Here's the risk level on a scale of 1 to 10. And maybe here's some ways you can communicate that are, a little bit lower risk. I think we're all pretty aware that nothing is without risk, in particular in the CBD industry. We had a question come in from one of our wonderful friends in Boulder. I will not mention your name, but hello out there. Can we say supports optimal sleep?
I would say, so the risk there is with insomnia, right? So the way I've approved off on labels that are trying to make sleep claims, the lawyer always wants to say no, but I've learned in private practice, we're being in-house, that it's helpful to come up with an answer, or not just no, like come up with a solution. So I've offered up something like helps with occasional sleep issues, right? So you're not trying to say that it's to treat insomnia, which is disease. Does that answer the question?
I think that's great. Got another question came in, and it says, to date, has the FDA issued any warning letters solely grounded on the hashtag COVID-19 or was used in connection with any other social media post? I'll start off with that one. I believe that there are, as I mentioned earlier, I haven't read all the COVID warning letters, but I believe there are some out there that talk about immune support claims that were elevated in the risk level to the warning letter because of hashtags. But I can't cite a specific example. I don't know if anybody has a comment on that.
One of the ones that came out today did have a specific reference to hashtags. It was in immune. It wasn't in the CBD space. It was in immune.
Great. Thanks so much.